As crime continues to grip several communities across the parish of Westmoreland, concerns continue to be raised about the involvement of youngsters in crime. In part one of a two-part series, Anthony Lugg examines the situation affecting the parish.
For many residents in Westmoreland, Lindell Powell, the man who was recently sentenced to 12 years for the 2017 murders of Oral McIntosh and Ida Clark, represents what's believed to be scores of youngsters creating havoc across the parish. Powell, who confessed to the killings, was 18 years old when he committed the offenses. 4 years later, there are dozens like him. Superintendent Robert Gordon is head of the Westmoreland Police Division.
Since the start of this year, over 34 young men would have been arrested and charged for all categories of violent crime, and not to leave any out. So, murders, shooting, rape, you name it.
Earlier this year, a 15-year-old was charged for murdering his 6-year-old cousin in Savlamar. It's reported that the teen was playing with the gun when the incident occurred. According to residents, the ordeal highlights, among other things, just how easy it is for youngsters in the parish to access firearms. Moses Chaibar is the president of the Westmoreland Chamber of Commerce.
It is sad that our youngsters are so much engaged with the wrong crowd, so much involved with the wrong type of activities.
You will see even on their social media, on their social media feed, where a young man, not yet 17, has a pistol in his right hand and Hennessy in his left hand. Now, in the first instance, he shouldn't even be near any of those two things that I have just mentioned.
Between 2017 and 2018, the parish recorded 290 murders. A state of emergency was seen as a measure that could be used to stabilize the uptick in crime. Prior to it being declared in April 2019, 43 persons had been killed in Westmoreland. That year ended with a total of 89 murders. Fast forward to 2020, murders further dipped to 72. However, it's back up. With just 3 weeks left in 2021, 115 people have been killed, representing a 40% increase. When asked about the root of the flare-up, we were pointed to conflicts relating to lottery scamming.
Enough of the youth them unattached, enough of them now go to school. So the people them and the youth them who get the trouble in the community have control over them. So you see me answer because them a scam, they make them money. So them can kidnap the people them pitney by bribing them.
Residents tell us teenagers and young adults view scamming as a means to an end. Before that, generations depended heavily on the sugar industry. Residents argue there were no plans in place to deal with the fallout from the sector.
Low employment is the breed of a crime. And if the government don't take these things up in hand, it's going to get worse and worse every day. And that's why they're going to scamming, and then the government blame it on the youth. Blame it on them, the government, who is not providing for these young people that is growing up.
The issues are compounded by the COVID-19 pandemic. Our checks revealed that many students are not engaged in school since classes moved online.
But outside of that, we would have seen indiscipline developing in the society for quite a while now.
And so, the unoccupied cane lands are now being used by gangsters as hideout spots. In part two, we'll look at some of the challenges being faced and what stakeholders believe needs to be done to address the challenges. Anthony Lugg, TVJ News.